Oh boy, we're in for a long haul for this one, but it's not as bad as the next chapter. But anyway, welcome back everyone to Blazing Sword Hector Hard Mode. Today joining me we have Adam the Black Mage.
Hey.
We have Epic Fire Gabriel.
Hello, everyone.
We have Gabe the Green.
Hello.
And we have a guy who plays FE.
Hey, I'm new.
Okay, so...
Aren't we all a guy who play FE?
we're all guys who play Fire Emblem, yeah.
Yeah.
So, basically, I'm sure you're all aware of what happened. So, because we didn't assassinate Sophia, because Nino couldn't bring herself to do it, and Jafar couldn't bring himself to do it, we now have a sub-chapter where we're going to take on Sonia, we're going to find out the truth, and we're going to put that bitch in her place, because nobody likes Sonia.
Yeah.
Kill the white bitch.
Bar the witch!
Essentially, yeah, it's just because it's just because he's fucking evil, man. How could you be so cruel to Nino of all people?
Oh.
I mean, when you literally have no soul.
That's a good point, she doesn't have a soul. But she doesn't know that.
Still.
That's one of the things. Sonia actually doesn't know she's a morph, she thinks she's human.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And then she comes to a horrible realization at the end, so, whew, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And then she dies.
Well, of course she
She's also-
dies. like we're gonna let her live. It's like, I'm sure she's learned her lesson. It's like, no, that bitch is dead.
I'm sure she can redeem herself in the sequel.
Oh, no.
It's like, oh me, I should just let her survive.
He gets what's coming to her.
Oh, most definitely. But she's been asking for it all this time. It's not like she was conflicted about stuff and showed signs of, being a good mother. She was just 100% evil from beginning to end.
Yeah.
And Hector's not happy about doing this because, Jafar's there and Jafar killed Leela and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I get where he's coming from, but come on, Hector, Nino. We can't leave Nino. Come on.
She always does her best and all that other stuff.
Yeah. Plus, she has
Let her
such lovely
die.
green hair. It's so, such a potent green color. It's not like Lynn's, which is slightly turquoises. No, hers is just, full-on green. How do you even do that?
Style.
I don't know.
In the world
Science.
in the world of anime, it's not uncommon to have a rainbow colors hair.
It's Fire Emblem. Yeah, Fire Emblem. There's more different colors of hair than there are different Skittles.
Yeah, very true. I mean, to be fair, these lords are red, green, and blue.
The game, for no reason, you could take an axe to the face.
Good point.
I mean, like the color palette.
No, it's like Eliwood's hair's red, Lynn's is green, and Hector's is blue. The main primary colors. Well, actually, green's kind of a mix, though.
Given previous experience, I feel insulted having Lynn represent my.
Not a fan of Lynn?
No.
Fair enough.
As a unit mainly. As a character, don't bring myself to really hate that many characters.
Yeah,
But
that's
as
fair
a unit, she just seems like a worse Mermaiden than any other Mermaiden I've used.
Well, she is one of the weaker Fire Emblem lords, most definitely.
Yeah.
No, it's yellow. Poor Brendan.
Oh no.
I wonder. Yeah, he looks like he's been through so much shit. Like, look at the scars on that guy's face.
I know.
You've seen some shit.
I mean, the funniest part is he looks so tough, and then Sonya just one-shots him.
Lucky crit, I guess?
That other. Well, remember, he's a warrior. He probably has a really shitty res stat.
That too.
What?
Unless you're me, who right now, for no reason, when I was playing just today.
I always feel bad whenever I have to kill Lloyd and Lynn, as they didn't deserve it.
Well, here's the thing. The first brother we don't actually kill. We just fight them, and then Liv Stella kills them. Second one, different story.
Yeah. So, can't wait to see this. If they ever do remake this game, can't wait to see this scene recreated.
That would be cool. Proper 3D graphics and everything. That'd be wonderful. Maybe it'll be a cutscene. No, I doubt it would be a cutscene. Like a proper cutscene.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Maybe it can be like anime. Ooh, Sonia, you try.
Yeah. And Brendan just screams.
Why?
It's like, Sonia! Sorry for all the
Oh,
eardrum.
hello there. Who was that again?
I can't remember.
Am I believe?
Jan. Yeah, Uncle Jan or something. Yeah, there it is. It's Jan. He's just a brigand.
The thing is, like, I forgot that guy existed.
Well, he's such a minor character, I'm not surprised.
But he could have been a recruitable brigand. It would have been the first one us Americans gotta use.
Yeah, but to be fair, recruitable brigand this late into the game, considering, he's still not promoted. Ugh. We already have Nino.
You mean like a recruitable mage that we might have gotten last?
The Nino.
Yeah.
Oh,
Question is, why does this chapter take so long?
Because there's so many respawning units to deal with. That's why it takes long. I mean, remember, I edit these chapters out, so I only show the battles where like units die or like the enemy phase. But there's a lot to get through, and there's a decent amount of talking as well. And this isn't the worst of it. You think this is bad? Or wait till we get to the next chapter. That's like an hour and a half, because Cog of Destiny goes on for what feels like an eternity. But that's the longest of it.
Ugh.
I hope.
I had to use many of a save state to get through that one.
so that was save state. No, you save state every time a unit moved. It's like move, save state, move, save state, move, save state.
The Cog of Destiny, why are you so rough?
Because hey, if you want to get that final heaven seal, you gotta fucking earn it.
Yeah, boy.
And if you think this is bad for time length, just wait till I play Radiant Dawn. That genealogy. Oh my god.
4-hour things of raw footage, everybody.
Yeah.
Remember, you're here forever.
Yeah, literally, you're here forever. And this is only the second chapter.
Because I only made it through FE4 with the power forward button on my emulator. If I didn't have that, I would have never made it through.
The game is certainly tiring. It's not something I could beat in one sitting. No way.
You'd have to have a lot of energy drinks.
A lot of energy drinks, a lot of patience, and a lot of free time. I do not have that much patience. I do not have that much free time, and I don't drink energy drinks.
Let's just have a pot of coffee on standby for all.
I don't drink coffee either.
Or coffee, tea, just pure sugar.
Just something.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Yeah, if only it did. Then I could just fly away.
Yeah. Just give them to all your units. Just say, okay, now you can just fly through this whole map, kill the boss, and there, we're done.
No, just give everyone in the cast Red Bull, and it's like everyone starts flying. It's like, what the fuck?
All right, quick question. I forgot. So what type of building are we in that is full of?
Sorry, you cut out there.
It's like I noticed inside the building. I'm wondering why we have these ballistas in here inside of a building like this.
Because there are archers, and damn it, we've got to make them useful somehow. Because this is Fire Emblem 7, where archers are
cool, right?
Yeah. They're cool overall. I mean, I like them, but objectively speaking, well, especially in this game, they're really shit. I mean, overall, they're one of the lesser classes, but it depends on the game. Like Echoes, they're pretty awesome. This game, ugh.
I try. It's like Will is my man. I try.
I believe.
Believe it.
Honestly, Leon, Tobin and Python are great archers. First time going through it with that list as an archer, and he's actually doing well, but actually looked up Leon's growth rates, and they're not too good.
Are you talking about just because you gotta remember, Echo's growth rates as a whole are not good. So you gotta is you talking about Echo standards or by Fire Emblem standards, like general Fire Emblem standards?
Pretty much Echo standards.
Okay, fair enough then.
Can't level the stuff he needs to level.
Yeah.
making his long range and stuff worthless if you can't do a good amount.
Yeah, it's like what use do you hit from difference if you don't hit for shit? Anyway, here comes Eliwood's promotion.
Oh, here we go. He's gonna wreck stuff.
Oh yeah, if you think he's cool now, I don't know why, but ever since he promoted, fucking hell, Eliwood just wrecked so much shit in this playthrough. Yeah, and now he gets lances, so that's what makes him. He gets mounted unit and lances. Like now I've become a paladin. Fuck yeah!
I am a special paladin.
I always think
Yeah, because I said so.
So the chapter is very much the same. There are a lot of respawning units, but the main thing is there are more archers this time around. But again, it's no problem because Fire Emblem 7. So yeah, it's pretty much the same thing we were doing last time.
Okay,
And not the most exciting thing, but hey, we've got to get through them anyway. And this is Hector hard mode, so the enemies are harder, but at this point, like, a lot of the units after Battle Before Dawn, they got, like, really good levels, so a lot of the enemy isn't that difficult. Even Sonya's not that
Yeah,
hard.
a lot of them are still unpromoted.
Yeah, that's true, still using unpromoted units.
GBA was always weird about that, wasn't it? GBA is the Fire Emblems that I'm usually the least experienced in, so it's like, it's weird seeing unpromoted people this late.
Yeah, well, it's mainly Blazing Sword. Like, Binding Blade doesn't have unpromoted units that late. Like, by this point, Binding Blade isn't even this long. But by this point, nice critical, and Louise seems to
Like
love
Fates?
Fire Emblem Fates. Yep. To be fair, something I noticed is that Louise is actually, her build is very similar to Niles' build in the sense that she's not very strong, but she excels in res and is a really good mage killer, so, you know.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Maybe they'll translate that over to Heroes one day.
Well,
I can't wait.
they'll probably do, because Heroes is generally pretty good at keeping characters like the stats they excelled at in their original games intact, for the most part.
Yeah, it just shows up Seth.
Yeah, like, oh, poor Seth. Well, Mathilda's shit too.
Mathilda's bad.
No,
I haven't used
done.
Paula yet. I want to try to do Peg Knight for...
If I remember,
Peg
like,
Knights are used.
Odin and Henry are pretty crap, if I remember.
Oh, trust me, they're bottom tier.
Henry, why?
Nice. Oh, like echoes, my man.
He was doing that a lot before. I find it weird that he flies echoes, like, but there are no wyverns and echoes. Not a single one. There's dragon enemies, but there's no wyverns.
I would have liked it if there were wyverns.
Yeah, well,
I
then
would've
no
really
axe.
loved it.
Unless it's an enemy, no axes.
That sucks. Axes are one of my favorite weapon types.
I think that's generally one of the more preferred ones, just because they're the strongest, and depending on the game, they can be really good. Like Tellius, when axes were just mwah!
That probably is big influence, considering Tellius was my... Meaning I had to play Radiant Dawn early in my Fire Emblem.
What? So Radiant's almost one of your earliest Fire Emblem games.
It was my second Fire Emblem game.
Okay then. Okay.
Jeez.
It was my fourth. Yeah, it was my fourth.
Yeah. Actually, I still haven't even finished the hardest difficulty.
I'm not surprised. Hardest difficulty of Radiant Dawn's ridiculous and very nice. Well, Fire Emblem 22 doesn't exist yet. We're still waiting for Fire Emblem 16.
Yeah,
Right.
can't wait to see what that is.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
we all
currently-
thought we were going to see it at the Direct. What did we see? Smash Bros.
Fine with that.
mean, I'm not going to complain. Smash Bros is Smash Bros.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
like, we didn't get Fire Emblem, but we got Smash Bros, which is arguably better.
But yeah, I'm under the impression of playing Radiant Dawn in recent years. RNG drunk than I thought. Like, it is bonkers. Like, I'm using Meg in the hardest difficult, and it works.
Somehow.
She's promoted at the end of part 1 end, at the beginning of part 1 end game.
Did you just like force feed her like through a tube bonus EXP?
No, not bonus EXP. She was on the field.
Oh good lord.
How did she survive?
Science. I don't know. It just happened. She got good level ups.
It's the same logic that makes me question how the hell did Wendy make it to kill Sophia? It just
Yeah, I think
happens.
we're right. I'll send you pictures if I get Meg to kill a shark.
Oh,
Even if that won't end the game. It won't end the game, but it will be a funny picture anyway.
Now what if the game can't accept it, so as she kills her, the disc corrupts? It's like, no,
I'm willing to I'm willing to believe that will happen by the time I make it to the end.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious
Actually,
if the FE games had a mind of their own. So if you did something wrong, they would purposely shut themselves off. So like, let's say you're playing Binding Blade and like, let's say Via gets a level up. The game says, why the fuck would you use it? Just switches itself off. No. Go back and play the level again. Someone else deserves that level up, not Sophia.
I actually had a thing where I was emulating FE7. Crashed up the defeating Lord Lundgren and I had to start again.
Damn.
Yeah, I stopped playing the game at that.
Okay, I see what you're doing there. I get the message. Yeah, there are a lot of what do we call it? It's in this chapter. There are a lot of range people, but it's no big issue. It's just it's mostly just the promoter units using staffs and the lesser units using bolting. And the bolting again, you saw it like did piss to Louise. So you know.
Yeah. Grant,
He for the sword, go!
granted, that Berserk staff has made me have tons of resets.
The Berserk staff is definitely annoying. Unless it's like unless it's like Berserk's Nino, it's like, I'm gonna kill you, it's like, oh, that hurts so much.
I'm threatening!
Yeah. Take this! Yeah!
Now I'm just imagining her like punching Jafar's arm.
It's like Nino, stop.
No! Nino, please stop.
Yeah.
Please stop.
Please stop, you're embarrassing yourself.
Or like she punches Hector and hurts her hand hitting his armor.
Yeah, she's the one gets hurt. It's like,
ow, my arm.
Hector's voice acting in Heroes is also flipping amazing.
I swear he's that Patrick dude, so of course he's amazing. But he's also like, Hector's like 17 years old. It's like, you should not sound this deep. What the hell happened to you? Son, when you got balls like this, you always sound like, you know.
It's hard.
No, he's not McCree.
I don't know. No, alright, you're right. That's Ryoma.
And Crom.
Yeah.
And like half of
apparently
the
Azama.
cast.
Yeah, well, you know, anime video game voice actors, they cover a shit ton of roles.
Yeah. They do it really well.
Here's the ironic part.
Like-
yeah, Nino actually fights quite a lot in this chapter just because I've said, you know, fuck it, why not? She's here.
Let's give it a shot. 60 experience per kill. Is the experience gain lowered in hard mode in this game?
Oh, yeah, it is, but because Nino's such a low level, she still gets a lot.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, I'm thinking, like, wow, But that's if the experience thing has changed.
The experience is significantly lower. Like, you get, like, when you're a good, like, number above the enemies, you get, like, what, 6 experience points per kill? See, look, he only got 6.
Eesh.
Oh, man. That's why I'm intimidated to play Hector hard mode.
Yeah, well, it does
I'm
other
intimidated.
things. I mean, it's not the only game to do this. Like, you know, Radiant Dawn does the same thing, where experience gain is lessened, so you've really got to thin out who you can train, because you can only...
In most cases, the experience is lowered. For some reason, the staves and the sacrifice skill are not affected by.
Yeah, well, again, there's always oddities in Fire Emblem and stuff like that.
Consistency is a luxury they do not wish to.
Yeah, it's like, oh, come on, we gotta release the game tomorrow, just do something. But that's
Yeah, in some
about
cases they do.
Make a unit. That is absolutely crud. It was seen throughout the game, and you don't get her near the end. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, no, it's like, no, they put the unit in as a joke. It's like, alright, we're shipping the game, but, oh, fuck, we forgot to remove her. Damn it.
Wait, which character have we been talking about?
I think they were referring to, like, Nino, or just, like, bad units in general.
It's like, for a second I thought we were talking about Kath from FE6.
That's actually a very good comparison, too.
It's like, unit we see multiple times throughout the game, let's get her.
Yeah, again, here's the thing, they could have made Kath so much better with one thing, a fell contract.
No joke.
I gotta remind myself that FE6 doesn't promote thieves.
Yeah,
I
this
just
is the first,
generally don't
this is
use
the first
thieves a
game
lot.
to do it. And speaking of which, we actually get the failed contract, and I actually kind of cried because I got the failed contract. I promoted Matthew. I looked at his stats, and then I compared it to Jafar, and I cried a little inside because they were so bad in comparison.
Yeah, it's weird. Why would they leave the felt contract into a chapter that is a side chapter where you instantly get a person who is better than the person you would promote?
Yeah, well, I don't know because
I
It's
just
like
saw.
personally, it's the second worst case of this type of thing with thieves.
I mean, at least we get it, and he really does love Echoes.
Oh, yep. Should have used you in my
Yes,
run,
it's
man. You and I are
worse.
one and the same.
I still haven't finished Echoes. It just hasn't been the thing for me, really. But
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Anyway,
I didn't.
right,
I can
Nino, go
understand
for
if
it.
people do get tired of the game, mainly because of Abe's Labyrinth.
Yeah, well, that's one thing. Anyway, Nino level up and... Oh god, it's so beautiful!
no defense, 0 out of 10. Okay. No.
Now, if it was no, like, magical speed, then that would be a 0 out of 10.
Behold Eliwood's magical purple aura of destruction.
Tastes like
His
grape juice.
lordliness is
I
showing.
dubbed.
Feel the power of aura.
But as for Echoes, it's different for every person. I reckon just playing a lot of Fire Emblem tires anyone out. But Echoes specifically, they've got, like, you know, you've got the issue of the lack of weapon triangle, the lack of different massive class variety, the...
Lack of axes.
Well, yeah, that's part of the weapon triangle.
I'm
It's
fine
funny,
with
even
no
though
weapon
she's
triangle,
Berserk, she's
but-
going after the enemies. Also, lack of, or just overall lack of strong map design.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
Like, it feels weird, like, playing through the games. Like, it's weird, because, like, Shadow Dragon for a while was one of my favorites. So fun. And heck, I even went back to play the original Fire Emblem, and it's worth playing, if only to make you appreciate every other game.
And Eliwood loves Binding Blade. Yeah, you go back and play Fire Emblem 1 just so you can say, thank God every game got better after this.
It's like, yeah. Thank goodness more classes can promote. Thank goodness they lowered the... I don't know. Thank goodness the stat boosters are no longer this absolutely busted.
Thank goodness they fixed the RNG. Oh, wait.
No,
That's never going to be fixed.
no. It only gets worse from here.
Well, it gets worse, then it gets better, then it gets worse, then it gets better, then it gets worse. It's
And then you
weird.
play Dre should. It'll always be better than 30.
Yeah, because, well, from my experience, FE4 is... I don't know. Well, to be fair, with FE4, most of the hit rates are either really high or really low, so most of the time it's like you just expected to either hit or miss, so...
Yeah.
So it's kind of there. Binding... I heard Frasier is absolutely god-awful, so, and I'll believe it.
I forget, have you played Thresh at all?
No. Not yet.
Oh. Do you know about some of its special mechanics?
What, that staff users can miss?
Well, that's one of them.
Yeah.
That should never happen.
Like, so hold on. My staff ran out of battle. Alright, let's try again.
Yeah. No, the staff is too heavy. Their con stat is so low they can't lift up the staff and they miss.
Whoops, I accidentally
Binding
healed
Blade-
myself. I had the staff.
Binding Blade, for me personally, has the worst RNG, and I know 7 is the same, but aside from Hector Hardmode, 7 never gave me shit. Binding Blade always gives me shit. Sacred Stones was fine, Path of Radiance was fine, Radiant Dawn was awful, but not as bad as Binding Blade. Shadow Dragon was fine, Awakening was fine, Fates was 50-50, sometimes it was fine, sometimes it was dreadful. And
I've heard
Echoes
all the
was-
horror stories about Xander's missing 99.
I've missed 98 with Xander and Perry with weapon advantage, and I was just like, are you fucking kidding?
I don't know why, but like most of the times when I hear about Fates' awful RNG, everyone.
And he stole an angelic robe. I'm gonna use that's gonna be
Yay!
Way better than the fruit of life that was in Echoes. My gosh, it
Wait, what did it do?
only gave you 2 HP.
just 2?
Damn.
Jesus.
Yes, it pales in comparison to the angelic robe.
Yeah, the angelic robe gives you 7.
Yeah.
It makes anyone's bad HP stat amazing.
Yeah, well, I think I give it to Louise because she's got a bad HP stat.
Fair enough, and it is not now probably.
Oh, it's taking.
Oh man.
You're a bit low there, Eliwood.
Oh, don't worry, he'll be fine. Eliwood's a champ. He can take it.
Flop.
Those 8 drops.
Now he'd get another 15%.
Will he? I don't know. Nope, no, it's just a normal. But
No.
he doesn't need the critical at this point.
Yeah.
He's strong enough as it is,
He's like-
people.
Oh no, 50 HP.
Yeah, man, that guy's HP stat is something else.
Eesh. Also, yeah, Sarah, I still have never used her only because just as a character, as a unit.
Well,
Healer's a healer.
It's kind of weird. Like most Blazing Sword characters are pretty on the level. She's really over the top, which is slightly odd.
My problem was with a lot of Fire Emblem games because I didn't even notice that the support mechanic really existed in my Path of Radiance or Radiant Dawn, especially Radiant Dawn, because of how it's handled.
Yeah.
So, like, for the longest time, I didn't really realize that a lot of characters. So I never really grew to care as much for characters as most people tended to do.
Well, yeah, Radiant Dawn, they're a joke. I mean, in the older games, it was just so much more difficult to actually support people, which I'm so glad the 3DS era fixed that. Like, say what you
Yeah.
want about those games, but the support system is way better.
I just
Yeah.
wish that there were more in Echoes.
Yeah.
I wish there were way more.
And Florina
the
likes
support
Fire
system
Emblem
in,
24, but we're not even... Again, we still have Fire Emblem 16. We need another 8 games after that.
I mean, the Path of Radiance way of doing it was also pretty okay.
Well, no, it was okay in the sense that it only worked in terms of deployment rather than setting this job, but it still had the thing where it takes so fucking long to build them up, whereas the Awakening and Fates, it was really, really quick.
Fair enough. Although it also is dependent on character, because, well, for Path of Radiance, like, because some of the characters have really low amount of need, if only because of the fact it's so late that if they had amounts, you would.
Yeah, and now Lynn's trying to get, like, more informed about what it's like to be a lord and everything. Well, proper lord, because, you know, she's lived on the plains all her life. But most of the people that in, you know, the courthouses aren't anything like Lynn, so she's like the one woman who knows how to handle a sword.
Well,
See, to become a lord, all you have to do is talk in the plot a lot and hold a weapon that is, for whatever reason, good against cavalry and knights, and there you are. You are now a lord, even if everything else fails.
Yeah,
official.
If all else fails, you at least have a special weapon.
yeah.
Yep.
And if all else fails, you're forced to be in, like, every chapter.
Also,
The
I mean,
RNG
like, Lynn is like, it's weird because I can understand Eliwood and Hector being lords. I'm Lynn actually counts.
Well,
He's
she is
important.
she is technically one, even though, yeah, it's kind of, like, loose definition of the thing. But she still is.
Yeah, like, especially in terms of plot importance after her initial.
Yeah, everyone makes that thingamajig. Like, she only contributes to the plot in chapter 25 when she's tracking Burn. The Black Fang and Burn, but that's about it.
Yeah. I was like, I haven't done a bunch of her supports because I don't like using her. So, I don't know if she becomes a better character from that much or whatever, but she has a decent following, and I hope it's not just because.
So you cut out again.
Yeah, that's also a problem on my end.
Oh, sorry.
So you don't have. You hope she doesn't have a decent has a following because of what?
I was like, I hope that there's some more stuff like in her support conversations that makes her. She seems to have a decent following, and I hope it's not just.
Yeah, well, no, I think it's a lot of it. Well, it's many things. Well, I think one is nostalgia
Fair enough.
because for players in the West to first experience Fire Emblem, Lynn would have been the first character they grew attached to.
Fair enough.
Also, you know, and you know, what do we call it? Some of her supports, I like a lot of her supports. Her one with Raph's very good. I like her one with Eliwood and stuff like that.
remember that.
You know, there's a multitude of factors.
Yeah,
and then
it's
there's the occasion when she can, and then there's the chance where she can get a lot of strength.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah,
all
you're
RNG
funny.
dependent.
that is
all RNG
hilarious.
dependent.
That is a good joke.
Yeah,
Fred. My thing is that mine wasn't even getting full amounts of speed. She didn't even cap it in any tried,
Well, it's always
which,
funny
from what
when-
I understand, is borderline blasphemous.
Yeah, because her speed growth is pretty high, if I remember. She usually does cap speed, but, you know, things happen,
Yeah.
you know. I mean,
Luck is
my Lynn
slut.
capped strength, speed, and skill, and I was like, fuck yeah.
Teach me your ways.
You just have to
I really
believe.
could use that. Because the thing is, like, the reason I prefer defensive stat over defense and stuff like that is I really just do not feel confident using dodge tanking unless it's actual 0%, because it always fails me.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Well, dodge tanking is, that's all RNG dependent, whereas, you know, defense is just numbers, you know. They're fixed, depending on the enemy you're fighting.
Yeah, that's the thing. And for Lynn didn't even get a ton of speed, so she wasn't even dodging amazingly, and she never got defense.
Well,
And I don't
Lynn's
mean
not-
that as an
yeah,
exaggeration. She never got defense, literally.
that's not surprising, because, again, Lynn's defense growth is not good. And
Yeah, 20.
Florida now loves Fates as well.
Hopping on that Fates train.
Hey.
Oh, wow, she really loves Fates.
Oh my gosh!
Oh! You just slightly tilt your Pegasus on a whim, and you.
What if she'll do it again, like 3 times in a row? Nah.
Nope.
Oh, well, there she
Oh,
goes.
there we go.
Fine!
Close enough.
I'm wondering,
All out.
which of the Pegasus Knights in Thing does she like the most? Is it, like, Tsubaki or Hanoka? Oh, now
Okay.
now she's an Echoes fan. So I've had enough Fates, I won't play Echoes.
Still need to get on to playing Fates one day.
It's like I'm still haven't finished any of them.
How far are you into them?
I think I'm in the exact same spot that I was during the last 10 and 10 alone. I just haven't been trying as much anymore. I probably should just go to one of the other routes.
And suddenly platforms. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to stop here for now, but when we come back, we're going to finish up this chapter, get all the loot. We are going to take down Sonia because she's so evil and she just needs to die. And Matthew is finally, after all this time, going to promote, only for all our efforts to be in vain, because fucking hell. But anyway, thank you all very much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.